All right, so welcome back to Drawing in the Dark. My name is Levi Smith, and today we are going to be drawing K-2SO from Star Wars, from Rogue One actually, which incidentally is my favorite Star Wars movie. So as usual with these things, I always start off with a general layout, some basic shapes, to try to get the composition figured out and set up in a way that makes sense, that I like how it's fitting together and stuff. It would be nice if I could remember to keep the sketchbook fully centered in the frame of the camera, but these things don't always work out like that, I suppose. This one though, I had a lot of fun. I did, as I usually do with these, I get things to a point using the reference that I've collected in order to get some like general proportions and details right and stuff like that. Once I get it to a point though where I feel really good and comfortable as far as its recognition factor and stuff, that's when I will go in and just start adding in my own details. I do have for this little trick I'm drawing, him holding this stormtrooper head to get a lot of the proportions right, instead of trying to like create an unnecessary challenge for myself as far as drawing out the basics for the stormtrooper helmet. I just flip it upside down, get the parts that I need to figure out as far as where those elements go, and then flip it back around so that I can do the lighting and other kinds of details and stuff. Just a little super basic trick for stuff like that. So in this particular video, I actually wanted to spend a little bit of time talking about traditional versus digital drawing and the differences, the advantages of both, and some of the drawbacks that each one has. So I've been drawing through this video series, through this particular season of this video series, has all been traditional ballpoint pen on regular paper, and so there's no undos, there isn't even any erasing. And a lot of the reason why I'm doing it like this for this particular project here with the drawing videos is that I really feel that I have a different kind of process and a different way that I have to think about the images and how I go about rendering out the picture and stuff. So when I'm drawing digitally, I can work in a lot of layers. I can change the opacity layers and stuff. I can draw with like real big like brushes and stuff and brush sizes. And I can also cut the drawing up into pieces, move it around, scale it up, scale it down, flip it around, all kinds of stuff that you can do digitally that you really can't do at all with traditional drawing, especially with like what I'm doing, just drawing with a pen on paper. Some of the things that I think are better on paper is that there is a more tangible, tactile, kind of direct feel when you're working with actual tools on an actual surface. The behavior, the response, the feedback and stuff it's very different from what you get from like working on a glass tablet, drawing on a screen and stuff like that. And so for me, I really prefer that kind of tactile sense of traditional work over the more simulated kind of approximations that you get from working in digital and on tablets, on screens. And so for that, I might be giving up some of the manipulation powers, the maneuverability, the I guess the variety of controls and stuff that you can get from digital work. But honestly, I mean, for me, doing the initial parts of a drawing is way more satisfying, and it feels more direct and honest when it's just done physically. But then at the same time, there's a lot of other finishing work and stuff. Like, say, if I wanted to turn, this K-2SO image into a sticker or something, I would draw the initial concepts out on paper, as I am here. And then what I would do is I would photograph or scan those, the drawing, then bring it into something like Clip Studio Pro, and then from there, like digitally ink it and color it and finish it and stuff like that. And then it'll have a more polished, sharper kind of feel that you would generally expect from that kind of work. But initially, for the creative processes, I really do think that starting off on paper is by far the best. The other aspect of digital versus traditional with artwork is the nature of your output. When, like, if you make a digital painting and stuff, I mean, there really is no original, right? Like that file, that root file that you build it in, that's the original. And so it's really hard to say, sell that or present anything in that as like an original kind of piece, or be able to market, sell, or even present the actual artwork. You're going to have to get a print of some form, maybe on canvas or some kind of lithograph, and then have it framed, and then have that. Or in some cases, and this is where the advantage with digital is you really have no intention or concern about having that kind of original file, but you do want to be able to distribute the image digitally, get it into people's, onto people's screens and stuff, or have it available for like mass printing, running off a whole bunch of 8.5 by 11 copies of it and stuff. And so something like that, again, you don't have that original work, but you can produce tons and tons of copies of it. And, and there are definitely pros and cons with all of that. I mean, I definitely do both, and there's different purposes for both. If I want to make a piece that's entirely like in an artsy kind of way, say like on a finer art level, then I'm going to try to, create that piece as traditional and as physical as possible. That way I do actually end up having that physical artwork that I can show, present, hang on the wall, possess in a more tangible way. And then, but if it really is about for like online consumption or for mass printing, I want to make stickers, I want to put it on a t-shirt or something like that, then I will end up working and focusing more on the digital output for it than I will in a traditional sense, because I'm not so worried about, say, hanging it on a wall or having an original that I could actually possess in that way. So I don't think one replaces the other. I don't think that one is better than the other. I really do think that they complement each other. They definitely contrast each other in a way of their differences. But with both of them combined, I think is really where the modern artist can shine, where having physical artwork available can be really important, but also being able to mass produce and mass distribute artwork is just, immeasurably valuable these days. I mean, it really is what the whole deal is about nowadays. If you lose physical art, there's a chance that you can find it again. If you lose digital art, like on a hard drive or something that gets damaged on a phone or something like that, and it's gone. It's just gone. And I have lost art physically and digitally. Check out our podcast, Pop Culture Classics, where any podcasts are available these days. You know how it goes. And then, go over to our website, jademonkey.net. Check out the t-shirts and stuff. You can order them, any size, tons of designs, and I'm trying to get some more designs added in there soon. On Amazon, we've got some art books. We've got the Curse of the Jade Monkey activity book, we've got the All Skulls coloring book, and we've got the comic book planner. Those are all available on Amazon. The links are in the description, and it would be really awesome if you would go and check those out. As always, I've also got the Patreon page where I post a lot of exclusive work, some oddball stuff, process, projects, updates. Post there weekly, just as much as I do here, and it's a good time. So thank you again for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will catch you later.